Welcome back to the channel. I'm briggityF, another overweight white dude who thinks he's funny and is surprisingly just average at golf. Today is the first episode of Sim Nights. This is going to be me recording myself playing my simulator, and we're going to start off with an 18-hole playthrough of my home course, the Ridge. We're actually going to be playing the course I built and designed inside of GSPro, which is super exciting for me. So let's see if the course designer, me, ends up screwing the golfer. Also me. All right, so the Ridge, hole one. We've got it pulled up here. Short little par 4-ish, 329, 330. We're playing the Ridge, so as per usual, we got it dusty, we got it breezy, showing 10 miles an hour now. Normally it's in that 15 range, but we want to keep this as real life as possible. Playing fairways, firm, soft, normal summer day here is the estimate. The greens are a little shaggy sometimes, so we got an attempt to kind of balance out there. But yeah, we're just coming at this raw. I wish I could say it is my first shot. You'll see here. See if I can keep this one in the fairway. If I shank it, either way, it's content, baby. Oh yeah. It definitely was not my first shot of the day. This is now my shot. But we've got it going. Let's see. We're gonna play this just like we do showing up to golf on a normal day. 5 minutes before the tee time, you go and pay for the round, grab a couple beers, head to the first tee. See if I can get this one in the fairway this time, or if we're gonna shank it again. Either way, it's all content. Oh. Okay, that's a pretty normal shot. We got the bunker here, about 54 yards out. Nasty lip in front of us, but got a wedge. All right, we got a 54-degree sandwich here. I do have a 58, but I prefer this one a bit. It's nice on the mats. Obviously, you're always playing a perfect lie. In the game, though, GSPro, they will try to simulate this as much as they can for a sand shot. So depending on your attack angle, depending on how you hit it, it will give you kind of decreasing or increasing level of penalties. So shouldn't be too bad. We're going to have to hit this one pretty good just to make sure we can get it up high enough and enough to go ahead and put this one on. All right, smash that one a bit. Not too bad. Pretty solid hit across the board. Got our third shot for birdie here, which is nice. Terrible downhill putt, 74 feet. Really not looking forward to this one. Pretty fortunate here. Got my putter now that my simulator I'm using can let me putt. It's relatively pretty accurate, I would say. Again, we're playing a 10 stimp, so it's not always going to be perfect. I don't have a great rolled out mat here. I have just my standing mat and then just some random turf here. So it is kind of a by feel thing, but you're definitely looking downhill, definitely a bit right to left, and then it will break a tiny bit back. So I'm going to start this one out right side a bit and push feet. I'll try 70 feet. We'll see. A little bit. Oh, a little bit too much speed. Okay, so let's see. We got 5 feet here. A little bit of break. I'm not exactly sure. I'm pretty sure I have this lined up with my ball pretty straight away. So I'll just try to hit it straight here, 5 feet. And I lift out. As per usual, that is actually pretty realistic there. Bogey first hole, lip out, pretty standard. So we'll get a fly over here, which is awesome. Again, I built this course. It's super fun. This is hole number 2. So you'll kind of see the house on the left. This is all fields on the right, completely deserty. You can hit out of it, which is nice because it is pretty thinnish, but it is literally just dirt, not Utah type of desert, suburban. Again, the wind, big factor of this hole always. So we'll see what we can do here on the drive. I'll grab my driver. All right, so back hole 2 with my driver. 405 yard par 4. This I think is one of the, if not the second hardest hole technically by handicap. It's terrible, I don't know why. Thinner fairways it feels like, and then OB left with the house is pretty tight, and then OB right with the desert. So it does play pretty nasty normally, but let's see if we can get one in play here. Normally I would aim a bit left since I'm a bit of a slicer pusher. We're just going to give it a whack here and see what happens. There it is. All the way to the right. Pretty realistic. The nice thing is, as the course designer, I didn't want to punish people here. So this is actually kind of great. We got our second shot 155 yards out. You can see I'm in a bunch of grass and a bunch of crap here, but fortunately I didn't want to make this too difficult. So the grass actually don't play as a brush, which is kind of nice. You can hit through it. It's just kind of air, 90% air. So outside of a tree is your only real issue on this course. Yeah, we're going to go ahead. You can see it is playing as deep rough though, so I made sure it penalizes the golfer, which is normally about a 20 to 25% reduction. So this hole, 155, 20%, I'm going to want at least 4 yards. So I'm going to try to hit this honestly like it's probably a 190 shot with it being uphill. I don't really have that club in my bag, if I'm being honest with myself. It's a front pin location, so I might just try to get it on the green and hit my hybrid here. All right, so we're back. Hybrid in hand. This feels like it might be the wrong club, just like I'm looking at this as 155 and I'm like this. But it is uphill. I know it's in the deep rough. I'm not going to let my ego get the hold of me and try to muscle out 6 iron or something crazy, 7 iron, because I think it's too low. So we're just going to hit the hybrid. Hope it doesn't come off the toe here, and just play it kind of nice and soft here. It's a natural again, kind of push slicey club, so we're going to be a little soft with it. And we'll worm burn it. Almost back in the fairway though. So 98 yards, much better shot. I'm going to grab my wedge here. All right, back with my gap wedge. I feel like this is a pretty solid standard 100-yard club for me. Yeah, real life shots here. Very realistic sim play, topping it, toeing it with the hybrid, especially in the desert on the deep rough. Hindsight, that was a kind of a bad call because you do want a lot more loft based on the GSPro physics in the game. So we'll give this one a shot here. Let's see how this plays. The first wedge of the day. A hard hit, but it looks nice. Settle down there. Little 104, that's about right. So we're putting par here, we'll take that. So let's see if we can get one close. Or if we get lucky and get one in, we'll see. I'm gonna grab my putter. All right, back with the putter. 20-foot putt. Knowing this putt in real life, this is pretty accurate. It's gonna be pretty quick down the hill, and then it does definitely break right to left. Everything kind of falls into that bunker there. It's a little bit of a pain. So I'm gonna hit this one probably closer to 15 feet. My brain, see if we can align it there. And then just inches outside to the right, how close I can get. Oh, I don't feel like I killed that, but I did actually kill that. So that's bad news bears, because gotta hit one uphill and move it a little bit, 6 feet. Don't love that. Oh, I just absolutely blasted it. See if we can hit one straight here for 6 feet. Okay, there we go. Saved it. Another bogey. We'll take it. 2 over through 2 holes. Pretty good. 15 to 18 handicap, so I'll take it right now. Another flat. Beautiful par 3 here. One of my favorites on the course. They have several par 3s I really enjoy here, but very short, very gettable. I have this on Saturday tees is what I put this at. So they're pretty good scoring tees here. Again, you've got OB way far left, and then you've got this entire kind of trap desert area in the front. Really difficult sometimes to get at, but bunker on the right. I think this is a really, really fun shot for me, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my cup. All right, we're back. We had an 8 iron. Again, average golfer here, not muscling it, just trying to hit something pretty smooth, hoping for middle of the green here. It is towards the front, which is super nice. It is downhill 4 yards, so it should play like 149-ish. Yeah, 10 mile an hour wind in my face, so that's actually going to add about 15. Oh, I should have thought about that before I grabbed the club. That's okay. We are going to just muscle this 8-iron. It's a terrible idea, but it's what I'm going to do in real life. Get up to there, too lazy to walk back. It's right behind me even, and I'm still going to try to whack this. So we're looking at 149 plus the wind, so you're looking at like a 165-ish. And I definitely don't have that club here, so what we can do on an 8-iron. Oh, I tried to swing out of my shoes there. We're going to put it in the bunker, it looks like. Oh, we're going to be just inside. Okay, well, that stayed pretty fair. The wind must have helped us a bit. We were on the green in one. So, one gur of the day. Count it. All right, 30-foot putt here. I love this spot. I've actually putted, I feel like I putt this spot quite frequently. I'm normally on this right side of the green. The tees, pins are normally on that left-hand side. This will be almost flat. As you can see, it is flat. This green, left to right, is pretty flat on the front. The only break you're getting is it has kind of not a false front, but a fall off on the front there. So you can see it's going to break right to left. Let's see if I can get this on a little bit better speed than the last two I've had. 30 feet here. Just a bit outside to the settle. I'm absolutely juicing these. All right, 10 feet now. Pretty typical. Man, that was not a good leave again. How am I? I'm just absolutely powdered. It must be the 10 stimp, not used to it. All right, so we got this one, 10 feet, left to right. Try to do it again, just like the other 6-footer we had. There we go. Cool. Save a par. Let's go. We take that every day. All right. Coming up now. Hole 4. Gigantic par 5. One of the more beautiful holes I love playing. You can see all the way across the front here. All the way through the back, you can see the big smokestacks. Our engine turbines is technically what they are for the power grid. But this is beautiful. If you hit a decent drive here, it will actually catch the lip and roll down. So there's kind of got this little valley in the middle of the fairway here, which is awesome. Then after that, you've got a pretty reasonable setup. Depending on how far you hit it, you leave yourself kind of a makeable get if you can actually get it close. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my driver. All right, back with the driver here. I have been hitting a little bit right. I'm going to leave it be on this one. A lot of times I'll go in, I have this little control pad, I can kind of move my aim point to the left a bit, so sometimes I'll aim to the left, save myself that grace. Normally in real life, I'm going to be aiming right over that bunker. That bunker is a perfect line because if I hit it over, it's still pretty nice that direction, and any of my slice, any of my pushing really comes back nicely. So I'm actually going to try to aim that way in game. Or in real life for the game, I guess. Still high on it and way slicey. But let's see if we get here in the grass. Oh yeah, good bounce. Perfect. That was super high. Really tried to get after that one, but left ourselves 218 in. So this is really nice, down 12 yards. Wind, just right to left wind, which is great. That's probably why it stayed in place, because the wind helped me. So yeah, we're looking at about 200 yards. I'm going to go grab my hybrid again and see if we can get that. Right. Back with the hybrid. I remembered, as before I walked over there, I said, let's hit the same distance. Let's not do that. Let's not worm burn one super pissmissily down this fairway. We are in the rough, so we're going to take a little bit of a penalty here from the game physics, but we're going to just try to play it nicely. Get it close even to be nice on this hole. On the green would be absolutely. It's a little high toey. Definitely going to be short. Don't hit the concrete because you're going to go, oh no. Settle. Okay, that's fine. All right, so we've got a nice little 30. This is actually a pretty reasonable spot. There's a nice tree to the right of us. This grass is normally fairly flat here, so that's the way I designed it and put it in, matching the course layout. This green is disgusting though, so anything short of the flag right now is going to roll off back towards us. You can kind of see it's got a huge false front, false right. And then anything left will roll towards the front. Anything long is pretty safe. It will try to roll back left. So I'm going to probably try to hit this a little further to the right with my wedge. So I'm going to grab that and be right back. Looking at this now, 36 yards. We're in the deep rough, so it's going to be a little thick. I do want to put this one on the back right-ish, or back right of the flag itself. So really going to try to put this one over there. I'm hoping for 40 yards. Second wedge of the day, really not feeling too confident about it. Oh, that's not terrible. Get up there. Oh, it stayed on. Let's go. That was a heck of a shot. Well played. Wedges are hot today. Let's start. 7 feet for a putt. Let's get it going. All right. Nice little 7-footer. It's moving a little right to left again, moving towards the front. So it's still a nice little dainty push. I'm not getting that. But I'm just going to hit it as good as I can. 7. Oh. Should have been. The break was a little bit deceiving, I guess. I didn't take it into account, and now I'm outside of the gimme. It's okay. 4 feet. Aim just outside left then, and just give it a tap. Get a par. It's unfortunate. Had a birdie opportunity there, and typical Bryce Cutting fashion, briggityF fashion. Missed it. So, hole 5. This one is also nice. We've got some buildings out to the left. Beautiful pond here. This one's pretty open. There is some, again, as for all holes, trouble left, trouble right. But this one's got a nice kind of valley bowl in the fairway, so it's really beautiful. You hit it past the bunkers here, to the bunkers, those front 2. Really nice little spot. You can kind of have like 100 yards, 80 yards in. So I think our goal's going to be try to hit it. All right, back with driver here. You'll see here on the lower right, this kind of an aerial view of the hole here. So what we've got, I've got all of that red. When I built this, there is like a little ravine, we'll call it, an old water drop. Sometimes there's water running through there, sometimes there's not. But it's pretty impossible to hit your ball out of there. Outside of that area, you get pretty lucky. Again, the desert's pretty light, so I have that marked intentionally. Yeah, we're just gonna try to hit it right down the middle of the fairway again. We've been a little right on most of our shots, so we're gonna try to adjust that here. When I say try to adjust it, I'm gonna step into the ball a little bit. I feel like I'm reaching, so we'll see if I absolutely pull it directly into that building over there on the left really quick. I want to step into this one a little. And still a little slight. Still within play-ish. Not definitely a fairway, but not a bad little shot. Fortunately missed the OB barely here. You can see all that water, all that stuff. Again, this is normally a rough, thicker shot. 74 yards though, love this. We'll take another wedge. All right, 74 yards in the rough, so this is going to be probably about a 10%. Play closer to 81. I feel like that's normally a pretty full 54 degree for me. These ones do have a good amount of loft. Obviously they're 54 degrees, but I feel like they get pretty high for me, so 80 yards is pretty. Oh, and I pissed missed it. See you, ball. That's all the way over the green. Exact opposite of a lofted shot, though. So now we're back at it. 60 yards, going the other way. Man, that was beautiful. Let's see if we can dump it back on the other side of this hole now. A little better. A little push, open face. Off? Oh, off again. The nice thing about this, even though it is giving me the lob wedge here, I can actually go ahead and make myself a putt. I'm going to putt this one. All right. As I said when I started, bogey golfer here. So this is pretty typical of me. Every other hole, depending on, get one away from me. So that was a terrible thin. Fortunately, got us close here to try to save a double bogey here after a couple pars in a row. So this one does barely break to the right. It'll break after the hole for sure, and then it's a pretty good little bit uphill. Obviously this is only saying 3 inches, but I feel like in real life it is a little bit more uphill from this part of the green, but we're going to try to hit this one straight at it. And aiming is not my strong point. This is a little confusing as well since we're not on the green. It's showing 8. That is 8 yards. So this is going to play like 24-ish feet. A little bit uphill. Let's see if we get our speed up. Oh, we got burned by the fairway lip. Oh. I think it was going to take that drastic of a cut off that, but that's fair. Short little 4-footer. See if we can put this one away. We've had some couple lip outs. So. Beautiful. We'll take the double bogey. It's not great, but again, we're back to pretty much bogey golf, which is what we play. Hole 6 coming up. This is kind of coming back that other way. So you'll see the other hole on the right. This one's beautiful, wide open, literally can kind of grip it and rip it. And that's what we're gonna try to do here. We're gonna try to put one in play, get one close. It is a bit shorter as well, so that's kind of nice. Not that I can reach this by any stretch of the imagination, especially, we do have a 5-mile-an-hour tailwind. I wish I was a little heavier. We might be able to play a good shot here is all I will say. So I'm gonna grab my driver, be right back. All right. Okay, 297 yards uphill. It's gonna be playing well over 300 yards. I don't have that in me at all, but we do have a little bit of tailwind, which is super nice. Kind of give this one a grip and rip. Get it up there in the fairway or near the fairway as we've been playing. We've been a bit right. Terrible swing, but we're gonna try to organize that or fix that. Get stepping a little closer to the ball. Good little bounce. Yeah, I'll take that every day. Pull it down just off the fairway here to the left. So we're in the rough, but beautiful position. This is a great spot. I'll take this every day. 37 yards of grab wedge. Okay, we are back. 37 yards in the rough. Play kind of like 40, like that one we had just barely over the par 5 2 holes ago. So again, try to play this the exact same. This one is a little on the left side, like left center of the green here. The green does run pretty good left to right and then back to front. So I'm going to try to touch it on that left side as much as I can. So that way it'll kind of hopefully roll and help the hole a little bit. Oh, that's fat. So fat. That's a briggityF wedge right there. We love that. All right, 20 yards. This is where we either duff it again or hit it way too hard over. So we're trying to get one close here. There we go. That felt a bit better. Roll up there. We can play that now. Not great after a decent drive, but we got this for par, a little 7-footer. Okay, 7-foot putt. Definitely breaking right to left here. You can see there's quite a bit of movement in this one. I'm already knees shaking, boots quaking here. This is the danger zone for all of us Kobe golfers. Should make good, but pretty soft and out to the left. Oh, we get it done. What a beautiful par save there. That was very nice. One duff chip. So another par 3. This hole, absolutely beautiful. Super short, very, very close. But I love it. The whole green kind of rolls back to front, a little bit left to right. But this is just an absolutely perfect hole. 136 down 13 yards. See what our wind's doing here. 10 miles an hour in our face. So it should play like 123. We're going to add 10%. So we're looking at like an extra 12 yards. So we're pretty much breaking even here. 136. I'm going to grab a nice little pitching wedge. Hopefully we'll stick it close again. We can get a little further on this one if we need to. So. All right, back to the pitching wedge. We got this one almost equal distance. Should be delightful. Again, I'm just going to put one out there. See if we can get it close. That's a little thick. On. All right, give us a little bounce down. Oh, that's not too bad. 135 total length. So yeah, we're pin high. Should be able to sit a wedge. All right, so this is kind of a nasty little shot. We got a 54. Pretty much the only wedge I play in my bag. I have the other ones. They're there for special circumstances, but I pretty much only use my 54. Just the one I'm comfortable with. Feels like it has a good bounce for most. So right now we got 10 yards. It's downhill a foot, and it doesn't show a lot of break, but it is moving away from me as well. So this one's really tough. I want to almost just chip it onto the fringe and let it release a little bit. It's going to break left or right. So I'm going to just try to get this one airborne and just let it kind of come down and see if it'll well hit, sit. We love that. Oh, couldn't do it any better if I did it again. That was great. 2 feet, little tap in. 2 feet 10 inches. So I do have a 2-foot gimme that's just kind of set up in GSPro that way. They don't let you do anything like that. So that's totally fine, but shouldn't need it here. Hopefully, fingers crossed, just give it a nice little tap. And that is another par. We love that. Okay, coming up to hole 8. This one is pretty fun. It's a pretty standard par 4, 389. A lot of the ridges this way. It's a straightaway bunker off to the left, so if you can get it past that bunker or stay inside of it, that's always a huge benefit. Same kind of approach shot here. Fairway's pretty wide. Get it close on the second shot, and then we'll kind of go. All right, we got a driver. Let's see, we got your wind right to left. Not too bad. Down 8 yards. So that actually helped my push slice I've been having here. So we're gonna give this one a good whack. See if we can get it out there. The goal is to, yeah, definitely, you can see 264, definitely get it over the bunker, get it out and play over there. So, see how that one ends up. Again, we've been kind of staying into the ball, trying to force ourselves to correct that. Hold that one. Keep turning for me. Good distance, yeah, over the bunker. Still in the rough, which is okay, 260. So, 128 and downhill, so. All right, 128, down 6 yards, playing 122. Again, the wind's just going across for us, which is totally fine. I'm gonna play a 9-iron here, so this is a bit more club than I would normally play. We get a front hole position, and the back is a pretty good little back to front here, so we do get a little bit of a backboard protection, but we're just gonna try to get it close, give ourselves a good shot or even a putt on this one. 9-iron. That was really clean. Oh, that was well short. It felt pretty good. Maybe it came off a little. That's good. Good ball. 18 yards. We'll get a wedge. All right. And now we're back. Hitting a wedge here. 18 yards. The content you're bringing for your average golf. Everybody out here playing. So we got 18 yards. This one does kind of, you can see, break backwards a little bit. It's kind of a nice little valley here, so. Little hard hit. Ooh, settle down. Nice little backward. Got ourselves a putt for 15 feet. Take that. All right, so this is where the real average golf comes into play here. We got ourselves a par putt. 15 feet would be delightful to sink one here, but realistically, in my brain, I'm just trying to get this one close. If I can even get a gimme, keep within 2, that'd be super nice. That's 1, don't count that, it's fine. All right, so we're kind of moving a little left to right. It doesn't seem like it's doing too much, but it's definitely going downhill, so it's gonna be a factor. Try to take a little bit off of this one since I've been. Settle, oh my gosh. 20 feet? Kidding me. All right, again, we kept it close. 4 feet's not too bad. We wanted it in that little gimme circle, but there are no gimmies for the average golfer, you know. I'll try to tell you you can have it, but I've missed many a 2-foot lip out in my life, so put it in. Oh, that was dangerous. Okay, so another bogey. It's fine. We're pretty good on this little train here. Hole 9, probably my favorite par 5. It's coming into the clubhouse. Super long, pretty wide open. You can see driving range off here to the left. So sometimes in real life you can find some balls, and it's a little tricky to find yours if you're on that left-hand side. This one's, you hit a good drive. It can be reachable in 2. That's normally very difficult for me to hit a driver and a long wood. 2 great shots of those just aren't common. So we're going to try to start with a good drive, then see what we can do after that. So I'll grab that right quick. All right. Last couple we've hit have been pretty good. So I'm still not moving my visual line of sight. I'm keeping it straight, which again is not how I normally play it in real life. But I want to try to be true to the sim here. Play it straight, play with my shot, and kind of align my body instead of kind of aiming differently on the sim. So we're going to try to aim this one directly over the bunker on the left. I don't think I have enough distance to get to that bunker on the right. At least in real life, I normally am short of that bunker, especially with a little helping wind. But this one, it's 250 to the front and it's up, so it's like a 265-yard drive. I don't normally get that one in the bag, but we'll kind of see how this plays out. Again, going over this bunker. Let's just set ourselves up for a good second. And we slice-a-roonied it. Try to stand close, but settle. Not gonna settle. All right, Beth, oh, you're so kind. Okay. 234. That is a decent distance. I will say it can be reachable. It is, again, uphill 11 yards. We do have some helping wind with us. So 11 yards, you're looking at 245. If you take a little bit off of the wind, again, you only get half the distance there. You're looking at kind of balancing it back out. So it's probably 235 is what I'm going to aim for. All right. So first ball on concrete, cart path. That is a little tricky for sure. The physics on this, again, depend. It's normally a pretty clean lie, but it does normally steal some of your spin is how kind of the game works this, is what I've seen before and what I've played before. So I'm going to hit this just as clean as I can, a normal ball. I did end up going with my trusty 7 wood. Actually, I lied. I have my 3 wood in my hand. So that's unfortunate. We're going to keep it as we would in real life. I was going to plan on doing my 7 wood because normally I want to play this a little bit short. You've got some room in front of the green to work with. And again, this is playing 235-ish, but looks like my brain did something different. So we're playing our 3 wood here. This should normally be enough distance to get it on the green. Again, with this sim and being on concrete, we'll kind of see how that plays out. The reason I don't play my 3 wood too much is it's a slice demon. So we're going to try to align for that and see what we can do here to get this one close with the inaccurate club. That's not the worst shot. It's going to go right into the bunker though, right? Yeah. Well, the exact distance I wanted, it was definitely a little bit right, but else we would have been pretty good there. It wasn't the concrete, which you can see actually it didn't take any spin off. It actually just took some of the speed off, which is a little sad. So in game, you can see I only got 210 yards. Short. 34 yards. We're going to test the bunker physics. That's the only reason I hit this one over here, so I can see how it plays in game. First real life play of bunker physics. 34 yards in the sand. Pretty delightful shot here. We have a lot of green to work with. Everything's going right to left towards the front of the green. So anything to the right is fine. It does kind of have a valley here, left to right, so we'll start downhill and then work its way uphill as you get towards the back from my view. So I'm going to try to give this one just a really clean, probably try to hit it 30 yards since the bunker is going to take out quite a bit of this. And we'll kind of see what we can end up with here. I'm going to aim to the right of the hole as well. I was hit really hard. Fortunately, again, since we're in the bunker, it stayed close. Got a decent little putt here, but yeah, we got another gur. Take it on the hole, the 9th hole here, a gur. We got a birdie putt as well, so we'll be right back to that. Excellent, we got a 30-foot putt here, down 1 foot 2 inches, so it's going to be really quick. Definitely hit that one a little bit harder than I was hoping, or harder than I thought, which is great. I mean, you can't be upset about a decent lie on a perfect turf getting out of the bunker there. So this one does definitely move left to right. It gets worse as you go past the hole, so I will again, if there's one thing I'm going to do this front 9, I'm going to try to keep one short here. And I know that sounds terrible, but every putt's been long, at least 4 feet. Must have been closer to 10 feet. So I'm going to hit this one in my brain like it's 15 feet. A little bit past my screen here. It's about 8 feet, so twice that length, but really struggling with the distance on this front 9. So we'll go ahead and give this one a putt. And it's moving just slightly left to right. I just babied that one, just hoping it's going to get there. Oh, what a putt. Go for the birdie. Oh, the birdie. That is a beautiful finish for hole 9. Let's go, baby. Oh, that's so delightful. I love to see that. All right, perfect. We got ourselves 9 holes in. Shot 40. Again, simulator's a bit nicer to us bogey golfers, but for a bogey golfer, I will take that any day of the week. That's a pretty solid score for me. We did have one double bogey, so I'd love to get those knocked out, but 4 pars, a birdie, 3 bogeys, and a single double. I'll take that every day of the week, especially ending on a birdie on that hole 9. That's what brings you back, baby. So love that. That wraps up the front 9 of the Ridge, my custom course build on GSPro. Some highs, some lows, some really, really questionable shots there at the beginning, but honestly, that's the brand. That's what you're here for, is some of this average golf. We'd love to have you. So if you are enjoying the content, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We'll be back next with the back 9, the part 2 of this video series. So go ahead and jump into that and check it out right after this one.